back with the Caddy build, and we're gonna just go over today the things that we have accomplished in the shop on this Cadillac. There's been a lot of work done, thousands of work has been done, and I think that I'm gonna prove some of this work. So first things first, over here, as you can see, the rotor hub assembly is brand new. There's new rotors, brakes in this. This has been bled. The bearings were taken out. They were repacked, checked the reces. I did everything I could to help this customer out to save money instead of him buying new bearings. I broke my back for this guy. Come down here and in the back. Remember, we needed the new brakes in the back. So let's look under here. You know, so see the new drum. You see the new brake drum back here. You see it? Yeah. So we did brake drums, springs, shoes. They weren't even put on correctly on this side. We had to do on this side an additional wheel cylinder and a brake line that we had to custom make to get in the junction box back here. So lots of work. Basically did the entire brake system on the back. Changed brake system on the front. That's just brakes. Underneath in the front up there, when we got under the car and diagnosed everything under the car, where the transmission is, there is a piece that's missing off of his transmission. This is called the flywheel cover. Let's see if you can see it under here. So see, the flywheel's empty. Flywheel's open. Flywheel's open. I'm not supposed to have that. I don't know how you're driving around with your flywheel open. I told the customer that too. He doesn't have the money to fix that right now. Then there's things like this. If I can get the video here. You see these brake lines go to nothing right here. And then all these clips that are put in, because this car's been rigged so many times, is very dangerous to have multiple nuts on here like this, brass connections. I think it has 8 of them, but the customer didn't want to fix that either. So I can only tell you so much to do without you actually fixing anything. And the transmission pan is leaking fluid. Customer didn't want to fix that either, you know. So, and let's get into this. So, there was tons of wiring in here for a stereo system and a security system in here. Customer wanted all of that taken out. He said he couldn't keep the car charged. The customer said that the alternator was faulty. He said that they took this alternator back 3 times to a local shop in Egg Harbor Township here. That I actually talked to these people, but I don't want to put their name out there. So I even had to take this alternator off, go get it tested, and reinstall it. And that takes my time. I mean, why do I have to go behind another shop? I take this out, go drive 20 minutes to test it, wait in the shop for 20 minutes for them to test this, bring this back 20 minutes. I mean, I got an hour right there just in driving and testing, and then I have to reinstall this, and the customer doesn't want to pay for it. I mean, come on. Are you kidding me? So then the customer brings me this little $2 pigtail and thinks this is going to fix everything in the car. So I spliced that in, didn't do anything. Then I had to do the coilage sensor down here. If you guys can see the new pigtail that I put in there, brand new. It came with these clips to clip into the old wiring harness, and I cut the harness there and everything works. The light came off of his dashboard. He said all the lights were on his dashboard. Now he only has 1 light for brakes because he refuses to buy a diverter valve. So then I put this person came with this battery, and the battery was bad. I tested it multiple times. I had to drive it all the way to another shop
to one of those auto parts shops and get a printout to prove that this battery was bad. So that's 20 minutes down. I gotta drive 20 minutes back. I gotta drop this off. They call me tomorrow. I gotta drive 20 minutes down. I gotta drive 20 minutes back. I'm in an hour and 20 minutes for one battery. The battery's bad. Guy takes a battery, goes, gets another battery, brings me a 2020 battery or 2019 battery, and it didn't even work. So I put his battery in. I did all this work on the car. Oh my God, why isn't the car starting? Why is the car starting? I checked all the fuses. I checked all the relays. I went through the wiring. I even got under the car and checked this guy's starter. And you know what was wrong? This battery had a blown terminal in it. This battery had a blown terminal. Now, second battery. I have an hour already on the first battery, and that's not putting it in. I have an hour on this getting it tested, and that's not taking it out or putting it back in. I have another hour and 20 minutes on the second battery getting it tested, and that's not even putting it back in. So now we're at the third battery. I put the third battery in, but I went and got it tested before I wasted all this time putting it in, and this one finally came up good. So 3 battery installs, 3 trips to the store, 3 testing because the customer brought me 2 crap batteries by trying to get over on me and over on the system instead of just paying for something new and getting it to work, you know? So here's my dilemma. You work on these old cars, you're gonna have to deal with this stuff. A lot of shops will not touch a car that's 15 or 20 years older. This car is 1981, 40 years, and I try to do this person a favor. And this is how I got repaid. They don't want to pay me, you know? So I found a bolt that was missing here. I put that in. This part of the frame was disconnected, so I had to unscrew this one pole, unscrew the pole over there, unscrew the pole over here, connect them all together because they won't move, then connect them all back up. He doesn't want to pay me. Look at this brand new water pump. Oh my God, I diagnosed his whole coolant system because he said that another shop said his water pump was bad, but he knew the water pump wasn't bad because his dad told him. Now, I think this guy's in his late 50s. And his dad was 20 when he had him. His dad's in his late 70s. But his dad told him the water pump didn't work, so, you know, I believed him. I went through the entire system. Guess what it was? Yep. The water pump. He said put a new water pump in. So to put a new water pump in, you gotta take the fan shroud off. You gotta take this fan off. You gotta take this pulley out, these bolts. You gotta disconnect every one of these 4 belts. You gotta disconnect this hose. You gotta drain the system. You gotta disconnect this hose, lower hose. You gotta disconnect this heater core hose. And this car, I think, takes about 2.5 gallons of coolant. He said there's a half a gallon of coolant, maybe, in my trunk of my car. Just go ahead and use that. Well, I had to put 2 gallons of coolant in his car, and he doesn't want to pay for it. Now, here's some other stuff I did. I took his airbox out, sandblasted it, put it back together, painted it purple and green because he likes the Joker. Doesn't care. All this work. I took his valve covers out. He wanted new valve covers. They were pissing all over the place. They were leaking everywhere. I painted them to match the green. This is ceramic coat paint. This is not cheap. He doesn't care. He doesn't. I don't get it. I buffed out his chrome piece here. You know, I did that for just being nice, but this takes money. This costs money, you know? All these hoses, all these hoses and lines and junctions, all these hoses were either not here. These hoses are new. I put all these new hoses underneath here. None of this was connected. Doesn't want to pay me. I put new lines. You see all the mess of line that's still in here I couldn't even get to because he doesn't want to finish, you know? I did all these lines. I did this. This was an amp line. His amp line was only this big, a regular speaker wire. And he couldn't figure out why his car wouldn't charge. Well, maybe if you got a thick amp wire, a thick gauge wire to get the juice from here to here, it would actually work. Oh my God, I put the correct wire on it, it actually works. 3 alternators later, another shop, and I put 1 wire on and it works after testing the alternator. My God. Then I gave him for free a brand new terminal because he had one of these crap ones and you can't put 2 wires in there. I gave him a brand new one for free and he doesn't want to pay me. I painted this for free. He doesn't want to pay me. I worked that out with his son. That was a rusted piece of crap. And I put all that time in it. And I was going to gift him that for free. Doesn't want to pay me. He wanted me to tear this light out. Fix this. But I can't fix it because he won't pay me. He wanted me to fix this hood. It's all busted up here. You see this hood's busted up? Look, this hood won't even close. Won't even close. It's all busted. He wanted me to spend $500 of my money to buy this hood. And he wasn't going to pay me. Ridiculous. I did all this work on this car. Alright, let's see what else we did. After we took the whole everything off, I diagnosed his carburetor. His 4-barrel's not working. So there's a carburetor under here. Let's see. You see? Right here. Oh, he got a new air filter. Doesn't want to pay me. He got new spark plugs. New spark plug wires. Doesn't want to pay me. You see this brand new oil filter on his car? Brand new. Come on, oil filters don't look like, you can't drive one day and your oil filter looks that brand new. Put new oil, high mileage, good oil in his car and an oil filter. Anyway, I diagnosed this carburetor, this 4 barrels, all these linkages are broken. This stuff's gonna be, you know, crap. So, he said, his son and him were sending me pictures of a $450 Edelbrock carburetor. They want to buy this $450 Edelbrock carburetor. When I first got the car, that's what they wanted to buy to put on this car. Not brakes, not get the car to run, not put an amp cord on here and make the car actually charge. They wanted a carburetor. And guess what? I said, sir, please don't buy the $450 carburetor. Please put brakes on your car. Please fix your charging system. Please do a tune-up. And if you have money left over, then do that. We did all this work and this dude doesn't want to pay me. How's he going to buy a $500 carburetor? He doesn't even want to pay for the safety issues that I fixed. Can we not see everything new on this car here? You know? Like everything? I mean, I did a full restore. All these wires I did. Then I had to get in this man's trunk because he's got these funky hinges, you know. I had to get all the way in this guy's trunk. I mean, this customer's trunk. So I'm in this huge jalopy trunk and I'm diagnosing the wiring in here. He had a short in this light here. There's a wire that comes through. It was touching all this metal. This whole thing is a tank. This is a big metal, they call it the metal slug.
So just because you made it this far, I got a little joke for you.
This thing, it's probably like 4,500 pounds. I mean, I don't know exactly. Comment down below if you know the exact number. I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna eat it if I'm 5 pounds off, but that's all right, you know. So I get up in here and I take all his wiring out of here and I fix a short in his light. And then I diagnosed the trunk wasn't coming up because there's these little hydraulic things that push the hinge, like a hydraulic piston or actuator. I'm not very sure the name, I forget, but they're the same ones that do like the Lambo doors and hoods and hatches. He's got them in here, under here. He didn't want to do it. But just because you don't do the job doesn't mean you don't pay me for the diagnosis in the labor. I mean, you brought me your car. You said, why doesn't my hood close? Why doesn't my trunk stay open? Why doesn't my car charge? Why every battery I put in, it just blows up? Why does my car not have any brakes? Well, when you say that and you're telling me to check this, check that, check this, do this, do this, do this, do this, and I keep putting money, my own money, into your car, I'm under the impression that when you're telling me to do the job and go buy the parts, and I tell you I have to order this, it's going to be a week, I'm going to order it on my credit card, and you're saying, yeah, do it, yeah, more, I want more done to my Cadillac, yeah, I'm so happy, I want more. Then why would I think you're not going to pay me when it's over? I mean, he thinks he's coming here to drive this away today. Man, he got a rude awakening. I already called the police department. They said that is theft of services, a felony, you know? So maybe I'll own this Cadillac pretty soon. This thing might be for sale soon. I don't really want it, even though I've done all this crazy amount of work on it. So, let's see, what else did I diagnose? Oh yeah, I went inside his dash. Look at this dash, man. Wow, look at this dash, look at this dash. He's worried about this. Hey, let's have some Harley Quinn. That's what he's worried about. He's not worried about fixing the car. You're 50-something years old, you're worried about Harley Quinn. He's worried about this cool little steering wheel.
Oh my god, look at the cool steering wheel, wow. Oh my god, oh, look at my little dog. Oh, wee, oh, there's a Joker, yay. Oh, I got some Pokemon cards. I'm only 50, bro. Why can't I play with Pokemon cards? Hey, I gotta catch all of them, right? It's only been like 40 years I've been playing this game.
Come on, dude. There's no dash in this car. There's no controls in this car. What is all this mess and spaghetti and bullcrap? You're worried about Pokemon and Joker instead of this. That's why you don't want to pay me. This is why. There's no top panel to the car. It's ripped out. It's ripped out. He wants me to diagnose this and put this back in. He wants me to diagnose this, look up all these parts for dash, put this in. He wants this steering wheel back to what it used to be. Look up all this stuff and install this. This takes time. You know, I go in the house after I close the shop, and I'm in there for 3, 4 hours, sometimes 2, 3 days, 4 days in a row, looking up all this stuff on the internet. Looking up all this stuff, making phone calls, trying to make deals, calling junkyards, going to look at the parts, my gas money, my miles on my car. And you don't want to pay. You know what? You're a joke. This is a joke. This is a joke. Come on, bro. This is a joke. This is what you're worried about. This is what you're worried about. Little stickers. Let's get some little stickers on my car, because that's cool. Yeah, this is what you're worried about. Little stickers. Yeah, I got money for stickers, but I don't have money for brakes. I don't have money for brakes. Okay. Trying to see what else we did to this car. We flushed the brake system. We found out that the diverter down here was bad. Down here, there's a diverter. So when his brake line blew out, you see it all the way down there. It's kind of hard to see. Sorry. When his brake line blew out, he had to get some stuff done, and he wasn't able to get the brakes. So he had to just go with it. But I've diagnosed a lot of stuff on this car. You can see all the mini videos.